And Chris Perez, 265. Now, Chris is right in the mix for a podium. The big threes and the 83s is going to be, obviously, Russell Orhe, Angelo Fortino, who's behind Chris, and Chris himself. Marcellus handling Chris.
There's just half a kilo between Chris and Angelo.
It's an extremely tight battle, and obviously Angelo has that big deadlift. He'll have the final say between him and Chris, but Chris can make him load up and overload more than he's capable with that final deadlift. Wow, 265 offers little resistance. And he looks. Wow, that's fast.
That was beautiful.
Picture perfect, never gets bullied out of position. Chris adjusts his hair and strolls off the platform. First of the big three, Chris Perez, 295. And when you're in a battle like Chris finds himself against Angelo, you can't miss.
You cannot. All of these kilos matter.
Now, obviously, Chris, handled by Marcellus, he's been in a lot of battles handling himself. They have a game plan. 280 moved well for Chris. I think 15 kilos shouldn't break him. 15 kilos from opener to mid, and from the second attempt to the third.
Yeah, his second attempt was very fast. This is work, but he does it.
And that was probably right on the money
third.
for the third attempt. Perfect attempt selection. Any more would be greedy, and he might not have got it.
No, that was perfect.
Chris Perez, 190. And this is really pivotal for Chris. He's more or less battling Angelo as opposed to Russ. And where Angelo's going to give up ground in the bench, Chris wants to collect it.
He's got a big bench.
Now it's starting at 190 and
that moves well.
Yep.
If you are a bencher, that is how you want your first bench to move.
Chris Perez, 200 kilos even again. That national record, I believe we said 207.5. Let's see how this moves. 10 kilo jump here.
Currently his best is 202.5.
Now we're getting close to that.
So it's definitely in the wheelhouse if he's having a good day.
Oh, I think it might be a big ask, though. I think we're a little too close to the end to load up a national record, but 2.5 kilos, you think?
I think 2.5 would be a good call.
Both on the squats and the bench press for us.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, all the hype in the world, that's great, how training went, but the last week in terms of cutting, how you feel, you have to have that communication with your lifter and take what's there on the day, and they've adjusted exactly on the money. And Chris Perez, 202.5, I think this is the appropriate call as well.
I do too, and this matches his bench PR previously, and I think it's definitely the right call for the day.
200 was work for a second. 2.5 kilos doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're in a battle as close as he is with Angelo, it can make the difference. Oh, wow, okay, that moved easier than 200.
Hey, that's what they say about bench, you know? Sometimes it is a technical thing.
Now he's leaving, and he's like, darn it!
Yeah, he knows.
If those two doing the commentary in 2016 only knew, Chris Perez now 300 kilos for his opening dead.
Bar is loaded.
Hasn't missed a lift yet. Neither is Angelo. Neither is Russ.
So right now, Chris and Angelo's projected forecasted total is the exact same.
Oh my gosh. The 83 men are living up like the 69 women, and
Sure.
that was smooth.
That was very smooth.
Now
Very smooth.
The advantage Angelo's going to have, he's got a much bigger deadlift. He will deadlift last. He's out of position. 320 for Chris Perez. A 20-kilo jump.
His first flew.
This is true.
His current deadlift PR is 330.
I believe he's hit in the neighborhood of 335 in prep for this. Now, he didn't make weight, max out, and bench and squat, but his top end deadlift has moved. Yeah, and that was more work, but not top end work.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, it's 20 kilos more, so you do expect it to look like work, but he definitely has more in the tank there.
Here we are.
Battle begin.
330.
Battle number 2.
10 kilo jump. Yeah, battle after battle after battle. And Chris Perez, 10 kilos to secure 827.5 for his total. And that's a big total in the 83s.
It is. This would match his dead PR, but nice total PR. And he's trying to push Angelo.
He's done it before. Can he do it again? Locks it out, looks good to me. Judges agree, and that's a pivotal
It is.
10 kilos. Now Chris weighed in at 82.5, Angelo 82.25, so Angelo has body weight advantage and just has to match the total.
Yeah, so I would expect Angelo to change his final attempt to match that 10 kilo jump.